the woman suddenly finds her path blocked by something invisible. She reaches out to touch it. To her shock, it's a solid, transparent wall. She can't see it, but she can feel it, and it's pressed right up against the mountainside. There's no gap to escape through. Panic sets in. She quickly turns around to look for another way out. Before long, she spots a house. But just as she moves toward it, the invisible wall stops her again. She pounds on it desperately, yelling at the top of her lung, but strangely, no one inside responds. Then, she notices something even more unsettling. The faucet inside is running full blast, but the old man in the house is completely still. Fear grips her as she stumbles backward. She has no idea what's happening, because just a few days ago, when she and her friends came to the mountains to explore, there was no sign of this invisible wall. The next day, her friends left for town to get supplies. She decided to stay behind, and that was the beginning of the nightmare. When she woke up, her friends hadn't returned, so she took her dog and went down the mountain to search for them. But as they reached a crossroads, her dog suddenly let out a terrified yelp. She rushed over, but saw nothing unusual. Yet her dog refused to move. It was as if it sensed danger. Confused, she kept walking, and slammed right into the invisible wall. That's when it appeared for the first time. From that day on, she checked the road every single day. She kept an eye on the old man inside the house. But nothing ever changed. Lying in bed, she regretted not leaving sooner. Then, suddenly, a strange noise echoed from outside. She jumped out of bed and rushed to the door, but the moment she opened it, she smacked right into the wall. The invisible barrier was shrinking. She broke down, screaming in despair. Then, she jolted awake. It was just a dream. She rushed to the door, carefully reaching out to touch the air in front of her. Thankfully, the wall hadn't moved, but she knew she couldn't just sit around and wait for the worst. A bold idea popped into her mind. She got into her car, then floored it, slamming straight into the wall at 120 miles per hour. The front of the car was completely wrecked. Her head was bleeding, but the wall remained untouched. That was it. She had lost all hope. She spent her days lying in bed, sobbing, even thought about ending it all. But maybe God took pity on her, because one day, she stumbled upon a cow. Then, the next day, she found a stray kitten outside her house. With these animals by her side, her dark, lonely world suddenly didn't seem so hopeless. She started to adjust. She learned how to farm and clear the land, even went hunting once in a while. It felt like life was finally turning around. But one day, while sitting in her car, she found a map tucked inside. It had an exit clearly marked. And just like that, the thought of escaping came rushing back. This time, would she finally make it out?